Why don't regular people just copy the stock trades of billionaires to make money? Say, for example, someone like Warren Buffett sells or buys a ton of Apple stock, and a few days later Apple just so happens to do something that makes their stock go way up or down. Why don't people just copy what folks like them do as soon as they do it and make money from it? If you can't tell, I'm pretty much in the dark about how the stock market actually works. I hope this isn't a stupid question. Most billionaires aren't buying and selling stocks regularly, at least in volumes that would get reported. Owning 5% of a company's stock. Moves by companies like Berkshire Hathaway are reported at earnings calls or other SEC reporting cycles due to ownership stakes, etc., weeks or months after the trades. If you want to invest like Buffett, you could just buy Berkshire Hathaway stock. Most billionaires didn't make their wealth from stocks, they just use it to increase wealth in small percentages, which is huge when you have a lot of money invested. If a stock goes up 5% and you have $1,000 invested, you just made $50, but if you have $1 million invested, you just made $50,000. They also invest long-term. Private equity, you can make a ton investing in startups. Also, they use debt and options to increase their returns. Why invest $1 million when you can borrow $10 million to invest? You just 10x your gains minus the cost to borrow. Most billionaires are rich because they own stock in one company, their own. They usually spent years and years working before they became rich. For every person who becomes a billionaire, endless thousands fail, so there's no way to buy in when the stock is cheap, since most cheap stocks will fail. Others like Buffett invest in different companies, but Buffett's stock used to have a very high buy-in price. Some people look at the stock trades of congresspeople who have insider knowledge. People like Nancy Pelosi are beating the market consistently due to insider knowledge, but their trades aren't released until several months after they've made them. By then, it's too late to trade on insider knowledge. Overall, you're just better off investing in S&P 500 index funds. People have different financial needs, and what is best for one person isn't good for another. Someone who is retired and living off dividends isn't going to want to make the same trade as someone in their 20s. You don't live off dividends, you sell the funds you bought in your 20s. Retired 4 years ago, haven't sold any funds, living completely off investments, so some people do. Most billionaire portfolios are private. Even if you could copy them, you may not want to or even be able to. Billionaires likely have much different investing goals than the average investor. They are more interested in protecting their wealth than growing it, so an ideal portfolio for them may look very different than, say, a 25-year-old investor. Also, they may have access to investments that you or I may just not have access to, such as private equity or angel investing. Also, many billionaires gain their wealth by owning large amounts of big companies. It's not ideal for your portfolio to be as heavily invested in Tesla proportionally as Elon Musk's, for example. It's law of large numbers. As a regular person, I can scrape together and invest $500 in Apple and make 500% over a multi-year holding period. Then I'll have $2,500. Not exactly life-changing. Buffett buys 10 meters in Apple, makes the same 500%, and now has 50 meters. Copying other people's trades would generally mean you buy higher than they do and sell lower than they do. There is people tracking Nancy Pelosi's trades and copying them. Of course, if Pelosi investing $10 million makes her $1 million, that's obviously a bit different to you investing $100 and making 10. Trading is gambling, and no one outperforms the market. It has been tested so many times. Rich people did not get rich on the stock market shy of illegal schemes. Now, if you're asking why people don't follow and copy illegal deals, some do. There is a Twitter account that posts the stock trades of congresspeople who often are using insider knowledge illegally. But again, you don't get rich in the stock market.